Hey everyone, Marshall Couch here, and I just want to take some time to talk about variables. Variables are from math, and we also use them a lot in programming and RPA. Let's go back to math class and talk about variables. You may remember something from math like y equals mx plus b, and y and x were your variables, but m and b were your constants. So y equals 2x plus 1 might be something that you remember. It's a function, and 2 and 1 are always going to be the same, but we can give it different x values to get out different y values. The same thing is true in RPA or programming. We can change maybe during the duration of the run or from run to run what happens based on the inputs we give the bot. So let's go to Automation Anywhere and look at this. Over on the right side of my screen, I have the Variable Manager open. If you don't have it open, you can probably click this little button here, Variable Manager, and that will open up that Variable Manager pane. We can add variables by clicking Add down here at the bottom. What we're going to do is we're going to create a variable that will allow us to write to a log file that is going to be named based on the date of the run of this bot. So whenever it runs today, it'll be September 10th in the log file name, but then tomorrow it'll be September 11th in the log file name. So it'll be easy for us to see which date the bot was running on where it maybe did certain things. So what we're going to do here is we are going to click Add to create a variable. Automation Anywhere has a few different types of variables. Value is going to be a single value. List is going to be a list of values, and then array is going to be a table of values. They also have the ability to create random values. So in the event that you need a random number or a random string, and string just means text, you can use the random function here. We're going to go back to value, and the name of this variable is going to be log file name. And we can give it a value here, but this value is going to be a constant value. It's not going to change from run to run. Every single time it runs, it's going to have the same value here. So we'll have to go in later on and actually change it in our RPA to make it what we want it to be. But the example of what we want it to be can be here. So let's say log hyphen year. So here it'll be 2019 hyphen month 9 for September hyphen day. So today is the 10th for me. And then I'm going to say .txt. And I'll go ahead and save that. But right now, any date that this runs, it will always name the log file this exact thing. I want it to change from day to day. I'm going to save that. So how do I change this from day to day? Well, Automation Anywhere has system variables for us, and you can see those down here at the bottom of the Variable Manager pane. I'm going to click Show System Variables, and you can see that right at the top they have date time. So they have a variable built into it for the current year, the current month, and the current day. We also have some other things in here like loop counters. We also have some variables specific to Excel. We even have system variables, information about the machine that it's running on, the user that's running the task bot or the bot, and we even have things like control room. So with the control room variable, you could check and see what control room you're connected to in the event that you have maybe a development control room and a production control room. And then you could say if you're connected to the production control room, you maybe want to turn off certain features, or maybe you want to turn on certain features. So you can use variables for things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. And to set our variable here to an actual variable date for every single run, I'm going to scroll down in the commands over on the left side of my screen and choose Variable Operation. I'm going to drag that in, and I am going to select my variable of log file name, and here I just type in the parts that aren't variables, the parts that are constants, and then I'm going to hit F2, and I'm going to hit Y to go down to my year, down under my system variables. And I forgot a hyphen there, so I'll do log hyphen year, And then I'm going to do hyphen F2 and find my month. I've got to hit M a few more times to get down to month. Hyphen F2 and scroll down and find my day. And then I'm going to do .txt. So this will be my log file name. So my year, my month, and my day will be determined by the system, not by static values. Also, if you're not sure how I knew to hit F2, right here there's a nice tip that will tell you press F2 to insert a variable. So just when in doubt, hit F2 in Automation Anywhere. So let's go ahead and hit save. Now what we want to do is we actually want to write that value to a log file, or we want to actually write in the log file with that name. So I'm going to scroll up to log file in the commands list and drag that over. And my log file is going to be first the path followed by the name. So here again I get that tip for F2 to insert variable. So I'm going to click browse, and here we go. It looks like I've got the right place already for me here. And then I'm just going to type something here, .txt, to make sure that I can click open. And now I'm going to replace what I just typed there with a variable. So I'm going to hit F2, and I'm going to put the log file name right there. So first I've got the location that I'm going to save this log file, and then I've got my log file itself. If I wanted to, I could even make the location that I want to save a variable. And then if I wanted to change that, maybe in a development environment, I write my log file to one place, but in a production environment, I write it to another place. But I'm just going to have that be static for now, and my log file name is what will change. For text, I'm just going to put job ran. And I'm going to click save here. We've got a nice short little bot with just 2 lines. I'm going to save that and run it. And that's going to run pretty quickly. And now I can open up my folder here, and I can see that I have my log 2019 910.txt. I can open that up and it says, hey, my job ran. Now if I run it again, I'm going to close that file and run it again. It should, because I had append to log selected in my log, add another line there. So let's go ahead and run it again. And it will add another line. So I've got job ran. But then if I run it tomorrow, it's going to create a new file for me. That'll be log 2019 9-11. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.